I got my boat back out of the shop, or my motor out of the shop for the second time. I'm gonna take it out in the lake out of all these stumps. If it runs right, I'm gonna head up river, spend the night. Maybe do an evening hunt, come back in the morning. So stick with me and we'll see what happens. It's a running. Got some more stumps there, so I need to slow down. This lake is bad about stumps. You tear the bottom out of the boat in a heartbeat. Alright, we're gonna go upriver. Hang with me. Ought to be a good hunt. Or at least be a good time. Well, there's a little bit of duckweed. I already went through quite a bit of it. It just hit a stump too, so kind of taking it slow on this river. It's been a flood, so there's a lot of trees down that's underwater. You can't see them, so kind of taking it as easy as I can here. There's quite a bit up there. Let's see if we can't get through this stuff. It's just spotted so far. Get up there so I can see an end to it. There might be a little clear path right through here. But the boat ran great since I took that seat out. It's the first time I had it up to speed. There's a little bit of rattle here and there, but overall there wasn't hardly any flex at all. The lake was a little bit choppy. It's got north winds 5 to 10, so it's getting a little bit of a chop. Okay, right here at that pin oak flat that I mentioned in the last hunt that I tried to get to, and I mean the deer is everywhere in here. That's what I figured. And this riverbank is just this red clay. It is slicker and boggier. You can imagine. Look at that. Alright. So there's my boat. Got this little slough here. It's right there on the hills where I camped last spring. I don't want to walk around down here too much. But you can see her now. As usual, this time of year, that's a crossing. I mean, there's tracks everywhere. You can see them or not, but they're there. Okay. Now right over there, I got me a blind set up. So, about 20 yards from the crossing. Kind of hidden back in the brush a bit, and it is 11 o'clock now. So got everything set up. Now we'll ease out of here and let everything settle back down. Those deer are coming back over in there, coming this way toward me. Wind is going to be coming from this direction, so maybe that blind will mask my scent. I'm hoping. So, hoping to get a good shot out of that blind. So, that's the setup for this evening. Deer's supposed to start moving about 5, so I'll get in the stand about 3:30 or 4. So I'm going to go on upriver here and set up camp. So, hopefully, we'll get some meat in the freezer this evening. I got my hammock set up. I got the Cuban fiber tarp over it, and I got the underquilt under it. It's supposed to have north winds tonight. It's supposed to cool off quite a bit. It needs to cool off quite a bit. As you can see, my shirt, I've just sweated down. But anyway, it's supposed to be in the 50s tonight. Then tomorrow night it's supposed to get down in the upper 40s, maybe low 50s. So, but I'm gonna pull out tomorrow. So, but anyway, it's a little bit before 12, so I got out of here, got my stand set up and camp set up in less than an hour. That's not bad. It's not counting the trip in. The trip in was about an hour, so a couple hours and you're out here in the middle of, I won't say the wilderness, because within 3 to 5 miles any direction you're going to hit civilization. So, but it feels like the wilderness. I just love it out here. Gear I've got with me is probably the gear you've seen 100 times. I got my bow is the Bear Element compound bow. I've had it for probably 10 years, maybe longer. Got it at Cabela's. I've got sidearm. I've got M&P Shield 9mm. Got the knife is, of course, the Master Woodsman. And hammock is the Warbonnet Blackbird XLC with a 20-degree underquilt and a Cuban fiber tarp. And the bag is the LK or the L35 bag that you've seen on the camera, on the video, and because it's a one night, so I didn't need to bring my big bag. That's about it. I mean, just minimum gear. Got a little bit of food, a little bit of, got just enough to eat this evening. I just heat up some water and instant stuff, or freeze dried stuff. So I'm gonna sit here and take it easy for a little while. I'll have to get some water, but man, that water looks pretty bad. But hey, it's just a little mud, minerals. I got a sawyer, so it'll take most of it out, or all of it out actually. So motor was fixed. I'll give you an update on the boat motor. Got it out of the shop yesterday. It had trash in the carburetor, and it was from previous time they didn't get all of it. So they said evidently there was some in the fuel filter that they didn't get. So no charge. So trash, water. I mean, they said trash one time, then they said water the second time. So there was something in the carburetor that shouldn't be. All right. They did give one little tip. There is a brass nut at the bottom of the carburetor that you can loosen up and drain the carburetor if you're not going to use it for a few days, and just leave that open. It said ethanol will cause condensation, so be aware of that. If you don't, if your treatment doesn't have a water element in it that would take care of water, if it only takes care of the ethanol and not the water, then you may end up with a problem like I had. So the gas treatment that I'm getting now also takes care of the water. So hopefully I won't have this issue again. New tank, new line, whole 9 yards. So fingers, toes, eyes crossed. I mean, you know, we're going to hopefully get this all settled. Oh man, that north wind's happening now. Feels good. So that's running like a top. The seat being taken out of the boat seems to be a good thing. Got it at top end going across the lake a while ago. Hardly no flex at all, so that was good, and it was a little choppy, so I think that's going to work out real well. I don't think I'm going to need to put any stiffeners or any support in it at all, I think it's going to be okay. So that's a success. And I'll check the bow out since I missed the doe last weekend. I shot the bow and I did hit the sights on it when I loaded it in the boat. I thought I did. You know that little gut thing that talks to you? You need to listen to it sometime. Because when I did it, I knew. And it's just a feeling that I had that I knocked the sights off. And so when I got it to the house and shot it at 10 yards, it was 6 inches to the right. So at 30, I probably missed wide right. So anyway, that's sighted back in, and I am going to go to a traditional bow. I just need some time to learn how to shoot it. That way I don't have to worry about sights and go with the extensive for the shooting. So anyway, I'm working. Oh, I heard something. I'm working on a hornbeam self-made bow. It cracked on me. I don't know if it's cracked all the way through or not. I need to take some more material off of it and see how deep the cracks are. I didn't seal the ends of it. Big dummy. I just did it halfway. But anyway, I think it may be able to be salvaged. I'm not sure yet. So anyway, that's what I want to do. Is I want to use that. That was a beaver den right there. That may be what I heard. The beaver slapped a tail. There was a den right there. I filmed him or her swimming up this little slough here a couple of years ago. So well, I got the bow sighted in. The boat motor's running good. I was anxious to see how that blind works. After sitting in that stand 7 hours last weekend, man, I have been fighting my back. My back has been killing me for the past week. Just been gritting my teeth and going on with it. But anyway, I want to stay out of the tree stand for a little bit and maybe not sit up there so long like a dummy. But if I hadn't sat up there that long, I wouldn't have saw the doe. So if you're not hunting, you're not going to see it. So anyway, that's where we stand. You're up to date. Didn't take me long, did it? Boring life. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and cool off a bit. And we'll get back with you if anything comes to mind. Alright, I'm in my little setup here, and it is hot. Man, is it hot? There's no air. I can't undo this. There's some air in here. That's better. Cut my thumb on the broadhead and I stabbed myself with the broadhead. I'm just dangerous to myself. Alright. Right through there. That's where the deer's crossing at. Right through there. Well, it's about 25 till 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a hunt. I didn't see anything. I don't like his blind. I don't. It's not because I didn't see anything. I can't see out of it. I like open, and this is not open. So anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna use it again or not. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to load the boat up and head back to camp. I'm going to have to get some water on the mountain river. Probably the cleanest water there is, so I'll get some of that. And we'll check back with you in a little bit. I've had a rough day. Long day. So I'm going to crawl into the hammock and get out of this wet clothes and see how long I can keep my eyes open trying to read a book. I'm not going to fight it too much. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Taking some advice from Bill in the Hills and making a woodland flower. I'll leave that on my camp just in appreciation for the and it's a great camp. Very peaceful. Very relaxing. Didn't see any deer, but deer's not moving right now very well, so I really want to just come and scout out this area upriver. There's a tree down right across the river right here, so I can't get down to where that slough was that I killed the hog. So when I come back, I might have to bring a bow saw. Cut that out of my way a little bit. But yeah, it was good trip. Very good trip. Really enjoyed it. The hammock. Everybody's been asking me about the hammock. I say everybody, it's been a couple of them. I spent 2 nights in it so far. Best hammock I've ever used. I've used Hennessy's, Eno's, off-brands, you name it, the double Eno hammocks, and nothing compares to this Warbonnet. I'm serious. It is the best hammock I've ever used. Especially with that underquilt on it. I mean, it got down in the 50s last night. I don't even know what temperature is right now. Right now it is about 60 degrees. So it got in the upper 50s last night. And I didn't even need anything over the top of me until about 4 o'clock this morning. I started scratching for cover. But yeah, I am very thrilled. Best money I've spent on a hammock. If you want some advice, if you're gonna use a hammock, if you're gonna sleep in a hammock, then I would advise you to go ahead and just get the best hammock you can find. Go ahead and pay the money, cry once, and you're done. Instead of me, I bought several cheaper versions, and by the time I spent all that money trying to search for a cheaper hammock, I could have paid for a Warbonnet twice over. So it's just best just to go ahead and spend the money and get a very nice hammock if you're going to sleep in a hammock. And I mean, even with a bad back, I woke up this morning no stiffness, hurting nowhere. I mean, it's just the best sleep I've ever had. I just can't say enough about them. Warbonnet Blackbird XLC. and I'm about 6 foot, weigh about 250, so I'm not a small man. And so there you have it. That's my review on the Blackbird, the Warbonnet Blackbird. It's just, I mean, there's plenty of videos out there that shows you all the little perks about them and all this other stuff. Living Survival has a great one. I would recommend his review on it. He goes very in depth with it and does a great job. He's the one that got me off center and got me to get one. Thanks, buddy. It's the best money I've spent in a long time. Now let's talk about the little blind that I got. I got it at Sportsman's Guide. It's a two-man little deal. Has a little mesh screens in the front, kind of hide you and all this other stuff. And it's probably good if you got children and you want to let children hunt with you. But it's not. I didn't care for it because I can't stand up, and I have to stand up every once in a while to straighten out. It is very difficult for me to stand up. I can, but it's very awkward. And also the shooting lanes is great, but it's hard for me to see through that mesh. I like a wide view. I'd rather be in a tree stand or just sitting on a bucket. I've killed, I don't know how many deer just sitting out in some brush and on a bucket. Matter of fact, that deer I killed last year, I was just sitting on a bucket in the old treetop, and he came out about 40-50 yards from me. So, you know, it's just hunting. You never know. You really don't. You just got to get the wind right. That's the main thing, and be as still as you can. And you, if they're moving, they're moving. I know I killed a 7-point one year. That was back when I was smoking. I was sitting on the stump smoking a cigarette, and he just jumped out about 40 yards from me. I had a 30-06. I laid her down, or laid him down. So you never know. You just got to get out in the woods and hunt. But anyway, back to the blind. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use it again or not. I may let my dad have it. I don't know. He can't climb trees very well anymore. So I'll probably just let him use it if he hunts anymore. I don't know. I hope he don't. I don't know. He shouldn't be out by himself like that. But anyway, really enjoyed the trip though. It's nice to get out, relax, whittle on a stick out in the woods. The Master Woodsman. There's nothing like it, folks. I mean, I haven't sharpened this knife in a good week, and I've used it every day. In the shop, carved a couple of crooked knife handles, and that's maple, seasoned maple, and it's just as sharp. Let's clean the edge up a little bit. If I can find some hair. Oh, you can see that or not? It shaves. Shaving very well. Oh man, that old one is just some great steel. If I go into this CPM crucible steels, 3Bs, and all this other stuff. I just don't see it. If you get good quality 01, I mean, being a knife maker, I'll make anything you want, but if you want a carbon steel, I think 01's the best good quality steel out there, especially with my heat treat. Now if you want to go with stainless, that's a different story. But you can get to the point to where the steel is just too hard to maintain. It just takes forever to keep them sharp. And the longer that edge holds, the difficulty of sharpening comes into play as well. So there's a trade-off there. Yeah, like the Master Woodsman. It just has all the unique designs that I love in a knife. You get right there on that little bump out. I mean, that's just perfect. You get there and slice out that material. Make those little divots. That's what I used when I was doing those thumb grooves for those crooked knives. I was using that part right there. You see there or not? I use that part, just get in there and make those little divots. And it's unique to that knife, that little bump out right there. Wonderful knife. This goes to prove that a blind hog can find an acorn every now and then. Somebody asked me where my designs come from, and honestly, I had no idea. I just study on it and figure out what works for me. All I can say is it must be a gift. So if you acknowledge it's a gift, then it's really not something that you can take credit for. Something beyond me, I tell you. I'll be glad when I can field dress a deer with this knife. I know it'll do well, but still like to try it. know, you whittle on a stick, what do you whittle? Well, you don't whittle much of anything, or I don't. I'm not a carver, I'm a whittler. Carver makes all these intricate things and beautiful things, and me, I just make smaller sticks out of bigger sticks. That's all I do. But you know, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy the feel of a good quality knife and how it relates to the wood, how it handles the wood and carves sharp points. You try to make them as symmetrical as possible. Every once in a while I'll do a notch and see how it does with a notch. But as far as carving something pretty, this flower is about as pretty as I get. Even my spoons are not that pretty. But I just enjoy the feel of a knife, how it slices through wood, and that makes those fine curls. Almost like hair. Almost like hair. Hey, I'm just sitting out here enjoying the morning, let the sun come up. Taking my time. I don't know if I'm gonna head back to the house sometime today. I don't know what time yet. Wind's supposed to get up pretty high today, so I may go back this morning. Try to catch it before the wind gets up too high, get across that lake. Camp is cleaned up. Boat's loaded. Ready to get out of here. Leaving my little woodland flower. And we'll catch you guys on the next trip, or the next video. You guys be sure and take the time to get out and clear your mind and do what you enjoy. If it's camping, go camping. If it's getting in the backyard whittling on a stick, do that. Building a fire with your kids, roasting a weenie, marshmallow. Hey, it's all good. Main thing is get out of the house and get out from under all the electronic stuff and just let your mind rest. And if you do, be sure and take plenty of band-aids and lots of knives. And we'll catch you again soon.